name's Suzie Cosh. I'm an Associate Professor in Clinical Psychology at the University of New England, just based in Armidale in New South Wales, Australia. I completed a Bachelor of Psychology with honours in 2006 from the University of Adelaide, which is in South Australia. I then went on to complete a Masters of Clinical Psychology and a PhD, also at the University of Adelaide. From there, I was working at the Women's and Children's Hospital and working in a child protection role as a clinician. After that, I moved to Germany, where I completed a postdoctoral research position at the University of Ulm, working in outpatient psychiatry. I then moved to the University of Bordeaux in the south of France and completed another postdoctoral position. After that, I made it here to New England and have been working at the University of New England in a clinical academic role for the last 6 years. The research work that I'm doing at the moment is to do with climate change and mental health, so particularly looking at the impacts of climate change and how it's affecting the well-being of young people in particular, but also everyone. So we're looking at that in a number of ways. Firstly, looking at, the extent to being aware of climate change, or what we call climate change anxiety, and how that's impacting mental health. And what we're seeing in particular is that for young people, there's actually quite an impact where people are getting very distressed about climate change and the impacts that it's going to have. So we're starting to try and look at understanding that relationship more, but also how we actually might be able to treat and support particularly young people as climate change continues. The other aspect, and particularly focusing, is on the impacts of natural hazards and on mental health. So I've been doing a lot of work in some bushfire affected communities here in New South Wales in terms of supporting the communities to recover, to connect and to prepare for future events that are more and more likely to happen as climate change escalates. So we've got a lot of projects looking at how to best support, especially rural or country communities, as they face natural disasters such as fires, floods or droughts moving into the future. Growing up, I always had farming families and I always spent a lot of time in the country, and I really saw the impacts and the stress that things like droughts was having on not only my extended family but also the community at large. Since I've moved here to Armidale in New South Wales, I've spent a lot of time working with and seeing the different impacts that natural disasters have had. In the time I've been here, we've had bad droughts, we've had a tornado, we've had fires, and I've seen the way that decimates country communities. And so I'm really committed to trying to find ways to better support people as we face these kinds of natural disasters into the future. Outside of work, I'm really into sport. I play hockey. I also enjoy surfing, hiking, camping, and generally just getting outdoors and doing something fun.